Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? Oh, how am I doing? Why y'all in my business? I'm just kidding. I'm doing good, y'all. It's good to see y'all. I feel like it's been a while. Anyway, today I would like to talk to you guys about the good outweighing the bad. Well, inside of the Jehovah Witness organization, you have these group of people. These people are called POMIs. P-O-M-I. Physically out, but mentally in. You know what I mean? Now, these people are the most irritating of all Jehovah Witnesses. The people who left the organization, who have the opportunity to do the research and find out, but instead of doing it, they're like, no, my life was way better as a Jehovah's Witness. I should go back. Like those people, I feel sorry for them the most, probably, because they're actually right there in a position to enjoy their freedom, and yet mentally, the biggest hurdle that would like literally put them in the position to really better their life is preventing them. It's right there. And they just can't get over this little bitty hurdle, because the Jehovah Witnesses design and engineer your life to fail outside of the organization. So that you get hit with this thing. Oh, my life was way better in the organization. That's how I know it's the truth. Really? This is what the organization does, okay? First off, they take your life and they make it, okay, how about no education? Let's start there. You don't need to go to school and nothing like that. The world's gonna end. Just chill out. So, okay, now you don't have a good education. Yeah, and also, let's trust everybody. If you're in the organization, you should trust everybody that's in this organization. So you get bad socialization skills, okay? Trust is earned. It's just not given. You know what I mean? That's how it's supposed to be. But Jehovah's Witnesses have really, really bad socializational skills. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they also fearmonger all the time. You're scared all the time. You're worried about losing your position, or you're worried about not talking to your family, or you're worried about this, you're worried about that. It's a fear-mongering organization. So once you leave the organization, I'm out in the dark now. I'm out in the world. I got to figure out what to do to survive. And even though you're not in the organization, you're in a mode of survival. And why it may seem like, I left the organization, I'm free, whatever. If you're still mentally in, then that means you're not really free. And you're just out there in a mode of like survival. You're in survival mode outside of the organization. You know what I mean? So if you're in survival mode, you're doing what you got to do to live, but you're not really living. You're just surviving, And that's not a life. That's not a life anybody would really want or enjoy, because you're still living under the mental guise of the Jehovah Witnesses, and you shouldn't do that. Now, does the good outweigh the bad? First off, if you're not doing your research, you don't know how much the bad weigh. You don't know it at all. If an alien came to me and was like, does a Googlok weigh more than a fifth? I don't know what a Googlok or a fifth is. So I can't tell you which one weighs the most. Probably the fifth. It just sounds heavy. I don't know. But the point is that I would need to know all the evidence in order to make an informed and good decision. I can't just go out there, even if I ask an alien, hey, what's heavy? What's heavier, an elephant or a feather? If an alien don't know what's the difference between an alien, an elephant and a feather, he wouldn't be able to answer that question. So, does the good outweigh the bad? First off, the bad is extremely heavy, and it outweighs the good. Let's just get that out the way. Because when you say, oh, what's good about the organization? I'll give you some good things about the organization. You're not allowed to do bad things inside the organization. But you're also allowed to do horrible things inside of the organization. Like, you can't be a gangbanger, you can't do drugs, can't do, you can't do certain things. And that's supposed to be a protection. But also, it's kind of dumb. Some of the stuff you can't do just don't make sense. And then the funniest part, this is actually pretty amazing that Jehovah's Witnesses can even accomplish this. But not only do they not allow you to do normal family building social activities like holidays and stuff like that, they actually get people to believe that they don't want to do it. That is impressive. Like I remember, and it's always like the same thing. They pick out like the worst things they've ever heard about it, and then they run with it. Like Christmas? Oh, I don't even want to celebrate Christmas. First off, we haven't even really determined that Jesus' birthday is December 25th. That's first. Second, I'm not about to go into debt and lie to children about Santa Claus and do all this stuff. I'm not doing it. It's a horrible holiday. I don't care how happy people are. It's horrible. You see what I'm saying? Like my mom was asking me, if you don't believe in God, why would you celebrate Christmas? Because it ain't about believing in God. It's about giving gifts to your children and just being in a good mood at a certain time of the year, enjoying the lights and the beauty of Christmas. Like, it's a beautiful holiday. It's beautiful. And it's fun. And you get gifts, like just exchanging gifts. That's the dopest thing ever. Like, you don't even need the religious aspect to do that. Like, oh, okay, whatever. That's what we do. We give each other gifts on a certain day. It's a beautiful thing. And the fact that everybody does it in unison around the world and around the neighborhood, it's a beautiful thing to see and take in. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be any religious connotations to go along with it, you know? It don't have to be, but anyway, since it is just Jehovah's Witnesses, nope, can't do it. You know, I let a kid die refusing blood transfusion, but you know, Christmas, that's a step too far. And I don't even want to do it. But then I find that amazing that they get people to believe that they don't even want to do it. Yes, you do. You want to celebrate Christmas. You want to eat some of that Thanksgiving food. You want some of that Halloween candy. I remember being in school and whatnot, and people used to come up to me, you want some of this candy? I got a whole bunch of candy on Halloween. I'm like, oh yes, I would take some of that candy, because as long as it's not Halloween, it's just candy. It's only demonized on October 31st. That's the only time that candy is demonized. It has an expiration date. The demonization has an expiration date. After December 31st, the candy is no longer demonized. It's edible for us Jehovah's Witnesses and Christians around the world. I find that funny. They should preach that at the Kingdom Hall. On December 31st, all candy is poisonously demonic. They're demonically poisoned or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. I've been thinking about, you remember the other day I was telling y'all about dressing up as JW and just going outside and being like, Jehovah, the devil has a little dingling. Like, I've been really thinking about doing that. I need somebody to film me though. Anybody out there that's going to come to Chicago and film me acting a fool and talking to people? Like, cause I'd be like, come, why don't you be a Jehovah's Witness? No, you didn't. It would be so hilarious. And it would destroy their, just destroy their brand. But anyway, I'm getting off subject. I'm a little bit everywhere this morning because I'm tired. I was supposed to recover this weekend, but I didn't. I just didn't. I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. I did nothing, and now I'm sleepy. But I had to make my morning video, damn it. And the morning video will be made. But anyway, does the good outweigh the bad? First, you need to know how much the bad weighs. The bad is heavy. You just don't know how heavy, because you never set up and did the research that it would take to know exactly how heavy the bad is. You know what I'm saying? The money they're making, oh, bad, heavy. The families is being torn apart and not really being scriptural, heavy. Like, there's a lot of bad stuff that they do. Making up their own rules kind of as they go along, heavy. Speaking for God or taking the position of God in several situations, heavy. They shouldn't be God now. They should be the governing body. We shouldn't be worshiping the governing body. But if the governing body tells you, hey, this is what Jehovah wants, first off, how can you tell me what God wants? Can my dog tell you what I want? Or can I go to your dog to get the information as far as what you want from it? No? Well then, come on, man. You need to use a little bit of that intelligence, critical thinking, ask the questions, and only accept answers that make sense. Because if you're wondering, yes, the bad definitely outweighs the good in that organization. Those are facts. Researchable facts. You don't have to look at my face and then believe what I say. I know I'm a handsome devil, but I lie sometimes. I lie a lot. The other day, my wife was like, Jay, did you go do this thing like I asked? I said, yeah, I did it. And then when she wasn't looking, I went and did the thing, but I didn't want to argue, so I lied. Anyway, I hope y'all having a great day so far. My day's good and it's getting better. Anyway, holla at your guala. Subscribe if you haven't. Deuces.